In this episode,
I like Georgetown a little bit, but I like this one better.
Yeah, you did, because you know why? Because you got Hillbilly.
well, I got the word hunker down.
Hunker down.
You know what hunker down is?
I know what it is, yeah.
Don, you know what hunker down is?
Well, yeah, probably, yeah.
We're going to have a challenge of the
There
TV
you
meals.
go, yeah.
Speaking of food,
TV meal challenge.
Yeah.
meanings that they're up, the morel mushrooms, or as we know them around here, dry land fish. We've got some in the house here, fried up, and I...
Welcome to the Appalachian Connection podcast, guys. Shot here at the famous Farmhouse Diner. I'm your producer, Big John Howard, and of course we got Big Tony Allen and Cousin Wolf Montgomery, our
How you do the love thing?
Our local guru.
local guru.
Oh, yeah, at
Wolf.
least.
He's hit the big 7-0.
Oh, I made it to 3-10. I want to thank Jesus for that.
Big
I really do.
He had a big part of that, Don, I believe.
What's that?
He had a big part of that, getting you to 70.
Well, he had all to do with it. That's for sure.
Ain't no doubt.
I mean, I've been blessed beyond. I know
Yeah.
that.
A lot of
100%.
April birthdays. The first lady of the farmhouse, Amanda
Yeah.
Allen.
Oh, yeah, Amanda Allen.
Happy birthday, baby. We love you.
I got ice cream cake. We had cake today. And
We've had cake.
I didn't get no cake.
Clara's coming up.
Clara, my daughter, she'll be 16 at the end of this month.
So number three,
Okay.
number 3 in line at the Farmhouse Diner.
Number 3, yeah.
We do have a small special guest today, too.
Small.
Got a special
Yeah.
guest
Let's get
today.
through our sponsors real quick. We got an awesome show for you guys tonight, but we got our sponsors: Tracked Outdoors, GrannyMade Cheesecake, Creekside Stitchin, and Feed Local Feed, live bait, shirts, knives, hats, and more. They actually got a cool something going on right now. They're making like some kind of I don't know. They done something cool on Facebook.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
ain't seen
they made a video on Facebook. It's
I
pretty
ain't
cool.
got Facebook.
Who did?
Creekside.
Creekside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Jessica,
people, my cousin.
Jessica D. Williams Photography, the Appalachian TCG Group, the famous Farmhouse Diner, of course, Parkway Peddlers Mall, Crash Primitive Farmhouse Furniture, Jewelry, Electronics, Gifts, and Refreshments. We got the Royalton Community Council. They want you to check out www.royaltoncc.org. And, of course, our local chiropractor, Zach Sloan. If you got something wrong with your back, call Zach.
If you need a crack, call Zach.
If you need a crack, if you need a crack, call Zach.
He's helped me, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think he's got a hold of every one of us, ain't he?
Yeah, he'll give you 3 twists, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're out.
He gives you about...
Yeah, 3 twists.
He's got to hold all 3 of us.
Yeah, he grab you by the arm and crack your knee. I don't know how he does that. It's a
I'm telling you, one time I had like the awfulest crick in my neck, and I said, Zach, you got to help me. And he done something, and he put me in that thing and rolled me sideways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He twists you more ways than a... I'm telling you now, he gets a hold of you, you're fixed.
Yeah, I felt the best after that, too.
I'll be honest with you, about like frying a scale of meat. If he gets a hold of you, you're fixed.
Yeah.
You're fixed. You're fixed.
You're
Tried
fixed.
and died and laid to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fixed. Happy late birthday to our co-host, Don Montgomery.
Don Wolf, Cousin Wolf.
Happy birthday to my wife, Amanda Allen. Today's
Happy
her birthday.
birthday.
We've had a combination of ice cream cake from the famous Dairy Queen downtown here, guys. They got an awesome ice cream cake.
We got all kinds of comments already, guys. I'm checking them out right now.
We've had an awesome cake from IGA. They got
Awesome.
an awesome cake down at IGA.
Do they do ice cream cakes at IGA?
Listen, I'm talking about melt in your mouth.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they do ice cream cakes or
I don't know
not.
if they do. Now, Dairy Queen does ice
Dairy
cream
Queen
cake,
does ice
but This
cream.
was a regular cake from IGA.
Oh, regular cake.
Listen,
Yeah,
it's
and we
awesome.
just had Cecil's birthday the Friday.
Cecil's birthday.
Absolutely,
That
yeah.
was I think
Fourth.
that was an IGA
We had cake for
Was
that.
that IGA
Yeah.
cake?
That
So
was last
yeah.
Friday.
We've gained 10, 15 pounds on cake. But it's big. Now my daughter, like I said, her birthday, it'll be.
Are you allowed to lose weight at the farmhouse? I don't think you
You
are.
got to eat cake.
Son, you know, the problem with being here every day and people see me, I've lost all this weight and they wonder what's up.
Yeah.
Makes them wonder whether we're eating here.
They don't know if they want to. Don't know if they want to hear or not now, Tom. What they done to the food?
But I'll tell them, you know, I get my steps in.
Yeah, yeah, you got to say you
Speaking
do.
of that, I got out this morning, run my dogs, beautiful morning, had 3 races, saw some deer, saw some turkey. Good
Oh,
stress
yeah.
reliever, awesome. I had an
Yeah.
awesome morning, and I thank my wife for making that possible. She, you know, she knows what I love, and I get to do it. So I'm.
Well, yeah,
You got rained out,
Can't
didn't
beat
you? You
that.
get rained out?
I honestly got lucky. It sprinkled a little bit, but now right before it come the big rain, the first big rain.
Mm-hmm.
But now this evening, we had a delivery downtown and hit. You kill that skeeter?
Live on camera.
Got
Yeah.
him. They call you John
Got
Miyagi.
it.
John Miyagi.
Miyagi son.
Wax on, wax off.
Miyagi son.
But anyway, here come the awfulest downpour ever was downtown.
It come a downpour just then.
Another
like,
Appalachian word,
afterwards.
awfulest.
Awfulest. That is
Yeah.
that is an Appalachian word. Awfulest.
As my granny used to say, it was a bitty drowner. You ever heard that, Don? A bitty
Yes.
drowner.
Yeah, chicken can drown in the rain.
Oh, yeah, chicken ain't got enough sense to get out of the rain.
That's what they
How
say.
much it costs to get cracked from the old dog? I figure it takes about 13 cracks to put me back in white. Terry Miller said.
He'll
Fix
crack-
you up, son. That's all I can
he'll
tell you.
crack your
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
He'll-
you good to go. It's
you'll
worth
feel
it.
good.
Whatever it is.
Oh yeah, he'll crack you. Listen, he'll twist you and pull you and throw you, and he's got
He'll help you out.
he's got a chur down there that he'll lay you back in, son. He'll rub everything you got.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like awfulest thing ever was.
Oh,
Guys, we
shoot.
got a special guest tonight.
Special guest.
A young lady from, she's kind of like a city girl, but she's moved to the, she's from the country, but she's moved to the city.
Yeah.
I grew up in the city.
Well, she grew up in the city, but we're going to ask her a couple questions. This is my niece, Liliana. And, well, thank you. We're going to ask her a couple questions. First off, tell us about losing your tooth the other day.
Well,
Right there in the microphone.
it was the day where I had something. It was super loose that day, and then I pulled it out.
Well, did it hurt her a bit?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at
Now,
all.
One more question I got for you. How do you like when you get to come and visit Uncle Tony and play outside?
So much.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
We go
What?
fishing?
Yeah.
Tell them about that when we went fishing.
We were fishing at that pond.
Yeah,
Oh, you went fishing.
yeah. Tell about your dogs. What's your dogs' names?
Well,
What's your favorite dog?
we ended up having 3 dogs again.
Got 3 dogs.
Three.
Dogs, okay.
3 dogs.
First we had Noah. The first one was the one in Alaska. It was a toy poodle. It was black, and it was a mean dog. I didn't like it, so we got rid of it. Then we ended up getting Max, and then we ended up getting Noah, and now we're ended up getting Golden Doodle. Now we're getting another Golden Doodle, which is in
A Golden
the car
Doodle.
now.
Golden Doodle.
Whoa.
Awesome.
Now we got
Lily,
2 Golden Doodles.
what do you think about your Uncle Tony? You like it?
Yeah, tell us
Yeah.
tell us the truth about Tony right now. What you got?
Tony is the best uncle I've
Oh,
You beat that.
There you go. Well, where do you
God.
live at now? Where do you live at?
he's the best uncle out of
I live
2.
in Georgetown.
Georgetown.
You like Georgetown or you like Sayersville better?
I like Georgetown a little bit, but I like this one better.
Yeah. You did, because you know why? Because you got hillbilly blood in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I go to church a lot.
You go to church a lot? Well, that's always
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
perfect.
yeah,
great.
that's the best thing you can do.
Do you sing?
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I
Well,
don't.
do you know Jesus loves me?
Yeah.
Can you sing a little bit of it?
We'll help you.
I don't remember how to sing it
Well,
though.
if I start it, will you sing it a little bit?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Maybe next time.
Sing right
Oh,
in
no,
your
you
voice.
got to do it tonight.
She's
Sing
feeling-
right.
You got to do it
Oh, she's
tonight.
feeling it. Okay.
She's a little embarrassed. That's all
That's all right.
Yeah.
You're out, Doug. Felicia,
You have done an awesome job, okay?
Anything else you
Yeah.
want to
You
say?
want to say anything else?
You want to holler out to anybody? Say hi or anything?
Hi, everybody.
She's getting embarrassed
With your
now.
mama, Uncle Tony loves you. You did a good job.
Good job.
I'm
you-
shot.
That's our new.
All right. That is my niece, Liliana Howard, and as I expected, she likes the country better. I
Oh,
figured
yeah.
She did. She got
She's going to be a big star one day,
got a
Tom.
big rock behind my house, and she likes to come and climb up on that big rock, son, and she'll sit there all day and play on that rock.
When are you about to tell Doug you're the #1 uncle?
Oh, that's my girl now. And And listen, she will not sleep with nobody but her Aunt Amanda when she stays all night.
Yeah.
She has to sleep with Aunt Amanda when she stays all night.
Oh yeah.
We enjoy having her. We take her fishing, and that's my sister's baby daughter, so she's been itching to get on this podcast for a very long time, and I thought it's time we had her on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And she had her Sunday go to meeting clothes on, and she
It was huge.
that's made my night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
That
if
was
you
awesome.
can't-
She done good.
If that don't help you out, you know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And you know what she had to say, which is awesome? I
Go to
That's
church
right,
on time. Yeah.
You know, how does it get any better than that with a 6-year-old child?
No.
All right, Big John, we got a lot going on.
We got
tonight.
a
Start
lot
taking
to go
us
on tonight. Look, you want to do our Appalachian words first or what, guys?
Whatever you the man, John.
Well, I got the word hunker down.
Hunker down.
You know what hunker down is?
I know what it is, yeah.
Don, you know what hunker down is?
Well, yeah, probably, you know, you can use it in a lot of different ways, I guess.
You got to hunker down, you got to squat almost, like you're creeping around or something.
Well, yeah, that's
Hunker down, you got to get low.
But the way we would use it here would be, I'm going to hunker down till this storm passes.
Yeah, or, you know.
Yeah, you got to get low.
Hunker down and be quiet, you know.
Hunker down, be quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you've been tapped on the head a time.
That's right,
You hunker
yeah.
down and be
Yeah.
quiet. That's for sure.
Learned to duck real quick, I did when I was
Hunker
a kid.
down, you got to hunker down, or you got to try hard. I ain't hunker down, you got to try hard too.
That's
you
right.
got to hunker down.
That's right. Get down.
Get down.
It makes me think of gear up. My dad, when he tell me to do something, I wouldn't move fast enough. You know, he'd kick me in the hind end and he'd say, "Gear up, son."
Yeah, like a horse.
Oh, shoot.
Don, you got diddly squat.
Diddly
I
squat.
do, yeah. And sometimes I do that.
Diddly
which
squat.
is nothing. I like doing diddly squat sometimes.
Diddly squat is a good time.
Is doing nothing. Doing nothing. Or I've heard it used, you don't know diddly squat.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you don't
Which
know
means
diddly.
nothing. You
Yeah,
don't know
I'm
nothing.
I'm that way too sometimes.
I've heard
Don't know sick 'em?
Yeah, I've heard that. You don't know sick 'em.
Seek 'em from come here.
Yeah.
And you seek a dog, you know, like you hiss them. But
Yeah.
like, get 'em, boy, like, you know,
Sick 'em.
sick 'em. And then come here is, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know seek 'em from come here.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm one up.
Mine is Rambler.
Rambler.
A Rambler's a fella that can't settle down. He's all the time going from pillar to post, I guess.
Yeah.
Rambler.
Have you ever done any rambling, Tom? Don't want to
Yeah,
say?
see rambling ways. You got rambling ways. You got
I've been a rambler before, I ain't gonna lie.
I've rambled.
a rambler and a gambler.
Rambling.
And you can ramble, actually, in talking.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can ramble on.
Ramble on.
Ramble on and talking, yeah. So
Lord,
like
I was
those
born a rambling man.
Yeah, you know, like the Allman Brothers.
Yeah, all my brothers.
Born a rambling man.
Trying to make a living, doing the best I can. Yeah.
Rambler.
Rambler or rambling,
And it's also an American Motors car Rambler, you know.
Yeah.
which ended production in the 70s, would you say? Late 70s? Early 80s?
I'm thinking, well, the last thing they had was the Jeep, AMC Jeep.
Yeah.
Now, the Rambler car and stuff maybe in the late 60s. You know, I'm a car guy and I should know that.
You're a car guru.
Car guru.
Yeah.
Guys, anybody out there know when they stopped production of the AMC
Rambler
Rambler?
American.
Please comment and let us know.
Guys, if you got anything you'd like for us to talk about, let us know.
I want to send out a congratulations to Luke Montgomery. He won the state archery championship for
along with a
Harrisville
porch.
Middle School.
Kenny Fletcher.
I know little
sure.
Luke Montgomery. He's
know
a good
Luke
little
Montgomery?
athlete. Yeah, he's a good
Won the
little
state
athlete.
archery championship for HWMS, which is our local Harold Whitaker Middle School. Lord have mercy. Harold Whitaker Middle School. I'm sorry.
And
all
listen,
my Whitaker friends.
that has not been a sport, but like, what, 2 years maybe?
Probably Magoffin County, yeah.
They have really...
We're really good at it.
they
You know,
have
you
really
can get
done
scholarships
good.
and stuff to that now, like UK or
There you go.
you can get a scholarship for rifles and fishing.
I actually think we're really good at archery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good at rifles too, and at University of Kentucky,
Yeah, I think that
fishing too.
fishing.
Getting a scholarship to fish, boys. Think about that. You can do that
Speaking
now.
on fishing, the pay pond at the mouth of Board Tree will be open this Wednesday. They're
Uh-oh.
stocking 1,000 pounds of farm raised and hybrid catfish.
Whoa.
So for all you pay pond fishers, I know me and the Wolf Cat will be there, and probably a couple more of our buddies. For all you pay pond fishers, it will be open Wednesday, April 17th. They don't know what time the truck will be there, but if you want not got to fish a pay pond lately, they're going to put in 1,000 pounds, what we're told. So, be awesome.
1,000. That's a lot of fish.
I think it's a 10-man limit, which that's a plenty anyway.
10 fish limit.
10 fish per man limit.
Yeah.
I'm tongue-tied tonight. Thank you, Don. I'm pitiful.
You're okay.
Plumb pitiful.
I would say we'll just let 10 fish. I'd catch them all.
Well, if me and you catch 20,
Yeah.
and I'm liable to get in a big tail and just say, go ahead and catch my 10, Don.
What's the maddest you ever got at fishing, Tom?
Maddest ever got it.
I got a story for this too, so I can tell it.
I sat at the creek and caught me 7 chub minnows with a worm. I was going bass fishing, and as soon as I got back to the bass pond, I turned my minnow bucket over and spilled every one of my minnows in the pond, so I broke my pole and threw it in the pond.
Sounds about like me.
Go ahead, John.
So I was fishing. Me and the family went, and Bentley was real little, and we was going fishing that. What was it called? It's called the Whitetail. It is in Richmond, Kentucky. At this little free fishing pond. Like anybody can go there.
It's in the park, I think.
Yeah, it's like a little park.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was catching fish left and right, boys, and I was dying to catch a fish. I ain't caught a fish all year, and I went around that stupid pond the whole time trying to catch fish. And Bentley wasn't crying. He was like 2 or 3 years old, so he was crying the whole time anyway. I was getting aggravated. Then I went around the whole pond trying to catch fish, and I cast my pole a million times trying to catch anything. Couldn't catch anything. I went around to this tree. I started casting, couldn't catch nothing. I left it. As soon as I left it, somebody come over and cast the first line, caught something.
Well, you didn't have the right bait, baby.
I got mad and threw my pole in the
You didn't have the
pond.
right bait. I mean,
I said I give up. I said heck with it.
if we got any pay pond fishers on here, and I hope we do, comment your favorite bait, because Don Wolf Montgomery taught me how to pay pond fish many years ago, and he has combinations: combo 1, combo 2, and combo 3. We won't tell you the combinations because we want to catch the fish and not you.
It is all in the presentation.
The bait presentation. So anybody out there that's a pay pond fisher or done any of it, give us your bait because we're going. I mean, we take any advice we can get.
Now I did have an overreaction, but
I've seen a lot of people do that, John. Throw their stuff in. I think
just got so aggravated all day. I was dying to catch just anything, a bluegill.
I've never really been mad fishing.
I was wondering,
I kind of get.
I was getting aggravated at everything else too. It wasn't really the fishing, but then that dude come over here, exact spot my feet prints he was in it and everything. Come over, cast one thing.
I hooked the biggest fish they had in the colony farm, like 55-pound catfish. Of course, it was on my worst pole and reel, and everybody was ganging up. I flew it maybe 40 minutes, and I got right to the bank, and people were scaring it not once. My reel messed up, and the way it went, and my good friend Talmadge Mans, he said, well, what are you doing with that Mickey Mouse poles and stuff that you bring, and
Yeah.
I just sat down and started putting another line on it, and he said, I'd throw everything I had in the pond. I just never was that way.
I just got aggravated now. Couldn't help it.
I guess I was.
Quit fooling me. I said I ain't gonna fish no more. Can't after you got no pole.
Yeah.
Guys, we got some announcements tonight.
Thank
We'd
you.
like for you to check out our
Thank you.
Facebook page and website, www.appalachiaconnection.com. Banjos and Beyond is tomorrow night. We will be jamming.
Rocking and rolling.
I want to always give out a thanks to our producer and main man, Big John Howard. techholler.com. If you need any kind of technical work, I promise you he can do it. He's our go-to guy. We got a text group, me and him and Don, and all day long one of us is texting him questions. How you do this, John? How you do that, John? He's trying to walk us through it, and we're a little bit technology illiterate.
And half the night.
So he gets a big kick out of it.
We couldn't do this without John now.
No, I mean, it would be impossible. And the music also, guys. I mean, like I said.
Yeah.
And all the musicians that come down here,
And we want to thank our musicians. We're glad to have them. Enjoy hearing them. John is really good at what he does, and he comes in here after work and does this for us, and we're forever grateful for him.
Oh, I love doing the podcast. So.
Well, like I said, when we enjoy this, and like
the music's fun too. It just takes a while.
yeah. Well, the music, is an ongoing thing.
It's fun. I love it.
Well, tell them if we get some likes and shares, there's gonna be some money.
That's what we're gonna do. We want to get up to about 125 viewers and 100 shares, and we'll pick somebody and give away $100.
$100 giveaway, folks.
If you're local, it can be cash. If you're away from here, we'll send you a money order.
$100 giveaway right now.
We call that a big brother. Our knife traders does.
Yeah, big brother.
Got to get viewers on here. It looks like we're at 46 on the Farmhouse Diner page.
$100 bill is called a brother.
A brother, blue brother. But you get it up there, and we will give away $100. Share it, like it, get out here.
Hit the little share button.
And I
looks like a little arrow.
I also want to say I do realize, and we are forever thankful for our audience after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
Because everywhere I go, I talk to a lot of people, and they're like, well, now we don't watch you live, we've got whatever, but we always, we may tune in on our way to work, or we listen on our way home from work, or, we've got fellas that are working away from home, tuned in, and all these other states, and we want to thank all them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we understand that we've got a lot of viewers after the fact, but we try to keep the live audience awesome as well. We've had some folks in here tonight from Montgomery County, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And,
they stuck around for a minute. I thought they was going to stay around through the whole show.
Our special guest tonight, which she did an awesome job.
She did.
I'm very proud of her. And she is tickled pink. You can tell by the look on her face.
Yeah, she
got a little nervous just right at the end.
She might get her nerve up and come back on.
We wanted her to sing "Jesus Loves Me," and she wasn't about that.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Tony. I'm a little bit down over the big 7-0.
A little down?
I can tell you are.
Yeah.
You've been down all week, son.
Well, I mean,
Well,
what can I do, boy? But I'm glad I'm there. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you made it.
That's a big milestone.
That is a big milestone. I hope to make 70.
You remind me of that song. He's an old hippie and he don't know what to do. Should he grab on to the new?
I figure you're going to live as long as Willie Nelson, Don. So how old is Willie
I've got to start smoking pretty soon.
How old is Willie Nelson right now?
Willie Nelson's in his 90s.
Is he 90? You got 20 years, Don.
I'll tell you what. There's an old lady, and she's such a sweet old lady down at the community center at the senior citizens. She's 103. I would so much like to get her on there, like to interview her. She's 103.
That'd be awesome.
But she talks so low, and she gets around better than I do, and I love that. I'm glad she does.
Let's try to get her up, ask her some questions.
But you can't understand her. She came here, she said, in the 50s from Switzerland.
Really?
I tried to talk to her and record a little bit down there the other day, but it weren't audible when I, played it back.
Yeah.
Because she talked really low, and she still got that accent. But what a story. Yeah. And she is so sweet and just...
That'd be awesome to get,
sharp as a tack.
It'd be awesome to get her story or something live recorded.
Yeah, well, let's get her to come up. Well, maybe it'd be better just to sit down and do an interview with her. She'd be willing to,
that's what I was.
Appalachian Connection goes to wherever she at. Where's she at?
Community center every day.
Center? Oh,
yeah. Every day. And I'd like to. I tried to talk to her about. She just said she came over here and didn't know anybody.
Wow. Yeah. And not a family member or anybody.
No, like 53 or 54. And I said, why'd you come? And she said, I just came to have a better life, more opportunities. And I said, well, did it work out? And she said, oh, yeah. But
I'm curious how you go from Switzerland to Magoffin County.
That's what I'm
That's great.
She's got so many stories that I'd love to.
Most of our ancestors were immigrants, old John. Most of the people that left here, what cross we have of the Native Americans, but other than that, most of the Scotch-Irish, they were all immigrants. They had to come across the water to get to where we are, or we wouldn't be here. They'll tell you, these speech professionals will tell you that our accent, the mountain dialect, the southern Appalachian dialect, what we've got here, the mountain dialect, which is different than y'all and hello and all, sweetheart. We got a different dialect than they do in the deep south, and it's because of the people that came here at the time when they left England. They were speaking Elizabethan English. And I guess it was the Queen at the time. Well, the mountains were so secluded that they never adapt to the modern English. So they kept,
And I think we kind of slowed it down and combined it like fast, not fast, but slowed it down and combined words like weren't done it,
Right.
It make one word out of two. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I can't think of an example right now.
Because we were so poor and so pitiful that we didn't have time to sit around and enunciate correctly. We had to get the garden in and get the hogs fed and slop.
And that's I run into this all the time with people I'm talking to that they don't get what I'm meaning because of that. I don't explain it word for word.
Well, I think that's like me when it comes to the roasted ears. And I always thought everybody around here said roasting ears.
That's me. Yeah, it's what you say.
Like a whole different word.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, people like me and Don,
I get misunderstood a lot, Tony. I mean,
we can sit and just talk to each other in our native tongue.
We don't have to finish the sentence.
We know.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, and I feel like everybody should be that way, but they ain't.
You know, we were culturally raised the same, so we know what's going on. We know what we're talking about, and even some with John, of course. Now, John, there's a little bit of language barrier with it, but not a lot. Not a lot.
I was going to tell a story. I worked at a Scott Gross back in like 2012, 13, and my boss, he come down here to visit. And he's always lived in Lexington, Kentucky. And he come down here, and I got around like Cody and Goose and everybody right there at the house, and Debbie and the mom, and everybody was playing cards. He goes, it was like you guys were speaking a different language. He goes, I didn't know what you were saying.
And a lot of times, I mean, like
I was like, really?
Daughters,
he's like, I didn't know what you were saying.
Like me and my daughters.
Okay, the lady at the community center, that's 103. This is Donna Adams. She knows her. How did she get here? She was a mail order bride.
A mail order
bride. Now,
really?
Don Montgomery.
Watching the show, wanted to let you guys know that.
Oh, thank you for tuning in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Awesome. Now there you go.
Well, you've made Appalachia Connection. I think you've hit it big now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'd love to have her on or something if she's able or willing to do it.
A mail order bride. Now you beat that. Now you know.
Well, she didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
You know.
But that happens a lot, and it still happens today.
Yeah.
It still happens today. I guess it would be more like an email bride today.
Email bride. TikTok.
Maybe
bride.
that wasn't as funny as
TikTok
Well,
bride.
no. Well, tell them what was going on. Don't name any names. That we had two people sparking, courting each other in here the other day.
Yeah.
On their phone, they wouldn't talk to each other, but they was sparking on the message.
They was talking to each other text message.
Two young people, and doing what they were supposed to be doing. But instead of like say, maybe you'd get in a booth together and share a plate of spaghetti, They,
like Lady and the Tramp.
Well, I've shared many a plate of spaghetti with or share of ice cream with them. Get two straws.
Oh, it's different.
Yeah.
It's just different.
But instead of doing that, I think the first time I took Miss Allen out, we shared ice cream.
Did you get one scoop or two?
No, we got I think we got a.
I mean, did you share it like both sides like this?
No, we was kind of faced. Oh, no, listen, man.
Which way did you turn your head?
No, wouldn't have it.
I can tell you, man, it didn't go for none of that.
Did you turn your head this way or that way? That makes a big difference.
I can't remember, but it was a long time ago. But I can tell you this:
was it banana split?
No.
Whatever I had on my mind at the time, and we'll leave it here. Whatever I had on my mind at the time, she was ready for it, and she wasn't going for it. Let me put it that way.
We're getting ready to get into that, Felicia. We gotta get into that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That won't do. That's another hillbilly word.
That won't do.
Won't do, boys.
What happened to banana splits? Like they used to be good, didn't they? Now they're not good anymore.
Everything is sized down, and you don't get the good, whatever you call it.
Well, there's only one place in Syersville.
Like you pour over it,
Dairy Queen's got good ice cream, and I'm not taking from Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
They said their ice cream cakes are awesome. But the only place in Syersville you can go get a hand-dipped ice cream is down at Prater Jug, and I'm going to be honest with you, they're very price efficient, and they're very good.
I haven't had
Probably one of the oldest running businesses, I'm for sure, in this county.
We love
Prater Drug?
We go down there every summer. And
we take sponsors, Prater Drug.
We love going down there and getting.
Yeah, Prater Drug, if you're listening. We'll eat your ice cream live.
Now here's a big topic and a big debate coming up here, Don. We'll get your take on it. City life versus rural life. Where would you rather live?
Do you want to get into this first, or do you want to talk about the Kentucky basketball coach? Because we just got asked to talk about it.
Well, we'll get into this, and we'll go to the Kentucky
Okay.
basketball situation. City life versus rural life. You go ahead and play.
Well, I've been on both ends.
I have too.
I live in the city right now, and there's good things to.
Well, kind of the same. You live in Syersville, but I mean it's kind of like. But I think it means like New York City versus.
Like Lexington.
No, I'm talking about here.
We're talking about big cities. This is still a rural city.
I understand, but the concept.
It's still different. Yes, it's different.
Concept's the same.
Because you can't go to town from Syersville.
It's more.
You're already in town.
It's more convenient. It's that's the main thing. Everything's right there,
Yeah.
$3 or $4 stores. Thank God for the dollar stores, by the way. And it's handy instead of more convenient. It's handy. and it's a little bit more noisy.
Oh yeah,
You know,
100%.
and but country life, I think I like living now at my age in the city better, because I don't have to worry about the grass mowing and the
That's
stuff,
a plus.
and I don't have to drive 14 miles to come to the diner, you know.
Yeah.
And I've got used to, I think I like a little more noise now, you know.
Interesting take.
That's one thing, a word that we say is, you know, we're from Craft Creek and stuff. We say we're going to town.
Yeah.
They don't say that in Lexington, Kentucky.
Well, no, they're in town. Where are we going?
That's what I'm saying. That's a word. That's like a phrase that doesn't even exist.
Well, they can't.
Right.
They're already
Like,
in town.
yeah.
How would they go to town if they're in town?
I know. But it's just something you don't hear.
I mean, that's just geographical.
Yeah.
Or,
Now, a lot of times we use that as reference, like if somebody ain't done a whole lot, we say, you ain't been to town much, have you?
Yeah. You ain't been down much.
in other words, you don't know a whole lot.
Yeah, you ain't been across the hill.
You must take up the holler your whole life.
Yeah, that thing ain't left the holler in
I
20
was
years.
raised in a hell of a holler, and I'm tired of just the hill right behind the house and the hill right in front. You know, I got tired of that.
That's how I lived, on a hill right behind the house.
I know
and a hill in front.
you went back kind of to the.
Yeah, and Amanda's got her chickens, and I got my hounds, and I'm right at the mouth of the hill, and I'm happy as a pig in mud.
It's definitely different.
That's happy boys.
I've lived in Lexington, and you hear gunshots all night long. In Magoffin County, you live in the hills, and you hear gunshots all night long.
Gunshots all night long.
They're different gunshots, but you hear gunshots.
Ain't nobody cares.
We hear them, but it's when the nest of snakes.
Blessed, my neighbor.
It's
my
different
neighbor,
gunshots for different reasons.
a couple years ago, the water got up. His office time there was. I mean, you talk about a beady drowner, and the water was getting up high.
Yeah.
And I've got a light, and I'm looking out to watch the water, and I hear boom, boom, boom. I said, what in God's name? And my neighbor, a big nest of snakes, had washed up on his porch, so he's shooting. That's country life.
Which place would you say is the most dangerous? The Ridge of a night or downtown Lexington?
Downtown Lexington. Downtown Lexington.
The Ridge is not. I mean, there's certain times, I guess, back there, like on the weekends or something, other can get a little monotonous, but for the most part,
Yeah,
it's
you're-
pretty peaceful and quiet.
Most of the people like to fight, but they don't like to shoot each other.
Yeah, no. Even on the weekends, it gets a little rambunctious sometimes. Of course, you know.
You might come
nothing
away with
ever-
a black eye, but you probably still live the next day.
You know, and I've been back there so long, and I hunt back there so long. The people are back there. If they see me, you know, they say, "Ah, that's just Tony." He's
Yeah,
running
they
his-
usually.
he's running his
Everybody
dog."
kind of knows each other around here, so it's.
Go on, you know.
Now, if you was a city boy and you went back on the ridge,
Yeah.
you know, if somebody they didn't know at all,
Probably a little scary for them.
yeah,
And it'd be scary for me to go.
To the
Yeah,
city,
city,
it would
yeah.
scare me
Yeah.
to death. Like say, you know, and so say you got to go down New York City and walk down a dark alley at night. Well, I'd be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
It's just that's the times we live in. It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
My
a
brother
lot of
Earl,
people.
even back in the '60s, he went, brother Turpin, you know, brother Earl. Now imagine this. I probably never told you this. Him and Jimmy Ritchie went to Chicago, got out of school, and the first night they got
Dave's
mugged.
brother.
Yeah.
Is that Dave's brother? I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
got mugged.
So that's Dave
Wow.
Ritchie's brother.
They got mugged, and lucky they didn't get hurt, and they had to send for money to get back home.
Wow.
All right,
But yeah,
guys.
it's just different living in the city. Like even driving, you know, a lot of people from here don't like driving in Lexington. They
Well, I
think it's
can
the
tell
scariest
you-
thing in the world.
Let's say you're out of toilet paper, and you need to run down to the dollar store to get you a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-hour affair to leave your house and to get to the dollar store and get you a roll of toilet paper and back to the house. Now, are you want to live like that?
No.
I
Well,
mean,
you've got to keep toilet paper now. That's the
Well,
most
I bet.
Yeah,
important.
you stock up.
That's the most important material thing in life.
eventually you're
Toilet
going to forget it one trip and run out.
paper. Yeah.
You do stock up more if you live in the hills.
There's always socks, there's rags, there's napkins, there's paper towels. You can manage to wipe
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, that's another thing. That's a good point, John. You go to the store.
You go to the store.
You got to. You ain't going every few minutes.
Yeah.
You know.
That's something that's a good point.
Yeah.
When you
Wind
go
up.
when you live outside of town, like me and you both grew up, and John too. When you go to the store, like I remember when I was a kid, my mommy didn't go to the store but once a week,
No, you don't, because it's just
and then you stock up on everything.
You stock.
Groceries,
Yeah.
everything.
you stock.
What you forgot, you done without.
You done with that? Well,
Yeah.
the thing about them women though, they could take they didn't have to buy all these, like say TV dinners or whatever, very little sandwich meat. I mean, they bought ingredients to cook with.
I love the
bulk.
TV dinner.
You know, ingredients to cook with.
You big TV dinner, Don?
I love TV dinners back in the early 70s.
What was your favorite one?
Probably the steak and the chicken fried steak and gravy, mashed potatoes. Yeah.
We're going to have a challenge of the TV meals.
Yeah.
Speaking of food,
TV meal challenge.
Yeah.
meanings that they're up. The morel mushrooms, or as we know them around here, dry land fish. We've got some in the house here, fried up. And John, have you ever had them?
No.
I'm 70 years old and I've never had opportunity to eat one.
You're fixing to.
All right.
What are these called again?
We go.
These are
Just dry land fish. I knew it was mushrooms, but I've never ate one.
I love mushrooms.
They're morel mushrooms, and you deep fry them like you would catfish. Is that right?
Yeah, I battered them.
And I've never had one myself.
Now, I've ate mushrooms, but I've not ate dry land fish.
Great.
Not bad at all.
Dry land fish. Which one's the best looking one here, Tom?
I don't know now. It's up to you.
You're tricking me.
Not a whole lot of difference, just regular mushrooms you all sell.
Yeah, it tastes a lot like a deep fried mushroom you would get at a restaurant. Not bad at all.
I'm jealous.
A little ranch dressing. Mm-hmm.
Like a mushroom you would get at a restaurant. Is that what you get?
That's good.
Deep fried mushroom?
I mean, I've ate it like in hibachi and stuff.
Yeah, well, any kind of restaurant like here or wherever you go, you can get deep fried mushrooms.
Do you get a lot of mushroom pizzas?
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh, God, yeah. But it's a different kind of mushroom.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if it's the same or not.
No, the deep fried mushrooms are battered and they come in a ball, and you deep fry them and the mushrooms inside. It's really similar.
That's good. Yeah, we're going to have to do a TV dinner challenge.
Those are actually pretty good.
Boy, I gave $50 for a plate full of morel mushrooms, Marshall Williams said.
Well, they're actually pretty good.
They're outrageously expensive.
Guys, let's get the likes and shares up there. We're still stuck at 40. I'm not sure what's going on, but we want to give that $100 away. You could be a winner today, right now.
Guys, we're rolling down here. We got a lot going on. Next topic we got for you, the ghost lady of Jenny Wiley State Resort Park. Do you believe it?
I was wanting to touch on that. I printed out, if you go look on the back, there's all the story and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with it.
And I don't know. I didn't know this.
Well, according to what that poor woman went through,
yeah,
if there ever was somebody wanting to hang somewhere, I couldn't blame her.
Is it about her?
Yeah.
Jenny Wiley?
You know the story.
Do you know who knows the story the best? Just tell it, Tony. You know it the best. Let's hear it.
I know that she was kidnapped. She was at her cabin. She was an early settler. Jenny Wiley's over in Floyd County, neighboring county, and what I remember is that she was kidnapped by Indians. And if I can remember correctly, they killed her children. They killed her children and maybe even killed her husband at one point. And she eventually escaped and then went back and remarried and had a whole nother family. And that shows you the resilience of those pioneer women.
This says Jenny was captured and her infant child was killed during the raid. Her husband Thomas managed to escape. Escaping reunion, Jenny endured a brutal captivity, facing hardships and suffering at the hands of her captors.
Yeah.
After months of her captivity, she managed to escape and reunite with her husband, who had believed her to be dead. This reunion became a symbol of hope and resilience in adversity.
Okay, so I had it almost right. They did kill her child, though.
One of the most heart-wrenching aspects of Jenny Wiley's story is her relentless search for her remaining children. During her captivity, her children were dispersed among different Native American tribes.
That's what I'm saying.
After her escape, she embarked on a perilous journey to find and rescue her children, facing dangers and challenges along the way.
Did she ever find them?
No.
It don't say.
I don't think she did. I think she ended up having to have a whole new family, if I can remember correctly.
So the Ghostly Lady Legend, this is what this is called, the Ghostly Lady Legend. According to the local folklore, Jenny Wiley's spirit is said to roam the area around Jenny Wiley State Resort Park, searching for her lost children. Visitors and locals have reported sightings of a ghostly woman dressed in pioneer attire, believed to be Jenny's ghost. Some stories suggest that her ghost appears near the lake or in the woods, searching and mourning for her children. That is creepy.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it.
I don't think so.
You've seen it?
I think I have.
I don't think so. I don't buy
That gave me a little chills.
I know you wouldn't believe it.
Oh, I don't believe you haven't seen it or thought you seen it. I'm just saying you probably saw something else.
I was reluctant to even name it, but
You don't want
I believe you, Don. You believe in ghosts, don't you, Don?
well, I believe in spirits. Yeah,
Spirits? You think she's a spirit or is a spirit a ghost?
I don't know if it's different or not, but the Bible speaks of spirits.
Yeah, but I don't think it speaks on spirits as in terms of somebody that passes away and comes back. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Moving on. Gives me the creep.
Tony's creeped out now.
He don't believe it, but he's worried him dead.
He don't believe it, but he's worried.
Yeah.
Mountain witch stuff.
You want to go to Jenny Wiley tonight?
So growing up, Don, you're older than we are. Did you ever hear the old timers talk about mountain witches?
Yeah, my mother always talked about it.
What you have to say about it?
Well, there was people on the creek, the community on the creek, that could do stuff. Like if you had sick cows or if you had the warts, or on your hands or
Okay.
stuff like that, calm down. And my mother was cured from warts on her hands. This old lady got a penny, and she rubbed that penny over a wart. Now, where I go for this? And she told her to hide that penny, bury it, and then forget about it. And the warts went away. Hey, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And people could, there's this woman also, she said that they thought was a witch that she'd make your cow dry up.
Well, that I've heard. That I've heard.
You just milk blood.
That I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that back in the day.
If they got mad at you, and
maybe I've read about it,
but then they feared her, but they also got her to, if she said if anybody was sick or they always took them to her, or animal sick, and so that's what Mom would say.
The
about
Bible
that,
verse Ezekiel 16:6 will stop blood. Rachel Sizemore says.
Well, the thing about it is, a lot of those old timers, if anything happened, they look for a reason. Mm-hmm. And I think there have even been cases throughout history, of course not any that I know of personally, but I read somewhere back, they would be accused of being witches and be ostracized because, say, the neighbor's milk cow dried up or started giving bloody milk,
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you read about the Salem witch trials, of course, most of those people probably was innocent as they could be.
Right.
Didn't do anything.
That's true. What they used to do a test to see if they would float or something like that?
Well,
No, the only way you couldn't win.
Yeah.
If you drowned, then you weren't a witch.
Yeah, like you was just dead regardless.
I've heard the one if they're sitting in a chair and you throw salt in under their chair and they go to squirming, they're a witch.
Well, or Mom said you could throw water on them, they
It'd burn.
They'd go crazy.
Huh.
Like a mad dog.
Curing the thrash or the thrush. They're supposed to be, I think it's the seventh son or a child that was born and had never seen its daddy can cure the thrush or the thrash.
Well,
there was a lady
one
that
of our live audience here, she told us about that last night.
Yeah.
She's
Her name was
disappeared.
Birdie Reisner.
Yeah. So I think that I can't explain it. There's some things I can't explain, and I ain't going to get on here and try to. There's some things beyond my explanation.
Well, I think the Hill people's always had superstitions and probably had some good reasons too. I think they was isolated, scared of things, had a lot of folklore, about stuff, whether it's right or wrong. I know that like covering up, if somebody died, you covered the mirrors up. People set up with them, to keep their spirits out, and a lot of stuff like that. I think it's just been passed down.
Finding water to dig a well. There was one for that. That was the
we touched on that before.
That was the witching stick.
Yeah, witching stick.
Yeah, we talked about that before, Leah.
A forked peach tree. I think.
Happy, it's me, Elijah, and those stories are pretty spooky. Aaron Holbrook says.
Yeah.
A lot of people from this area with Native American heritage are very superstitious. Guys, please be liking and sharing this out. We're at 51, so we got 49 to go. If we count everything,
we're up there.
We're about 60, but we want 100 on the Farmhouse Diner page or
Glad
the
you're
Appalachian
watching,
Connection
Elijah.
page. Or the
Love you.
YouTube page.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this as much as we do. It's the highlight of our week. Good topic.
Sure.
Hog killing.
Hog killing. I ain't never seen no hog killing, but I've seen cow killing.
You never scraped a hog?
No.
Oh, Lord.
Never had hogs.
Many of them.
Only had cows.
You've never scraped a hog? You have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What-
So back in the day, of course, everybody killed their own hogs. Everybody had hogs. Of course, there wasn't no such thing as going to the grocery store. You had to buy what you needed. You could buy certain things from like a little country store, but you had to grow what you needed. You raised a garden, and you had pigs and you had cattle too.
Yeah.
From what I can understand, what I remember, it was a very rare occasion that most people back, of course, before our time had beef much. It's mostly pork. It's mostly hogs.
Really?
Yeah, it's mostly hogs. And every November, early November, you'd kill a hog. It was the right temperature, I guess, is why they did it then. And you'd fatten it all year long, and then you'd kill it.
So was just a cow harder to come by then?
I think most people had milk cows. They didn't have beef cattle.
Yeah.
Most people had a
Okay.
cow, but it was a milk cow. It was a Guernsey.
It makes more
or a
sense why
Turkey.
people ate pig's ears and hooves
Hogs
and
were
stuff.
cheaper and, easier, and
Well, hog eat anything. You can feed
it was a
hog
community thing. I mean, I remember from when I was a kid, they'd have even
Tinker
other
and I are
people.
watching. Okay, good.
Even other people would say, like, come to our house, had a paddle. Maybe one of the neighbors would bring a couple hogs, and we had a couple hogs, and people would come and help. And it's always funny that you always give whoever came to help a mess
Give
of
them a
meat.
mess of meat. Yeah.
Well, here's the other deal. Aside of that, though, the one that you give the hog's head to, which I love,
Sounds
hog's
meat.
head.
We've had it on.
They would get mad
Yeah.
because, maybe the one that didn't do much work, you just give them the hog's head.
Souse meat.
And it's like a star step, best friend, and the hog's head. Was down here.
Give
And
them a
they'd
mess
get
of
mad and say, I'm never coming back. And then the women, they would prepare a big meal. I mean, the works with the fresh tenderloin and so forth.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal, it's a big time. And to get back to our artist friend we had on, Brooklyn, is that right?
Yeah, Brooke.
She didn't know. She made a statement, bleeding like a stuck hog. Well, that's where that came from.
Stick them in the hand.
Oh, okay.
When
See,
you
I didn't even know
see, you don't want to get them excited or it messes the meat up. So you kind of knock them out with something like they would take the shots out of a shotgun shell
that.
and impact like their head. This is gross, I know, but that's the way they done it. And then they'd knock them out and they'd stick them in the neck and bleed them out as quick as possible to get rid of that blood.
You want that blood
Yeah.
off the
Okay,
meat.
yeah,
And
makes
that's
sense.
where that bleeding like a stuck hog.
Bernie
because
Jack out hog killing time in October.
Yeah.
Partial means my mommy would wring the neck of two chickens at the same time. My daddy would kill and scrape and process a hog. They were raised to work hard and eat well.
So here's one for you, speaking on what Don's speaking on, and somebody brought it up, one of our viewers. You've ever heard the expression flopping like a chicken with its head cut off? Yeah. Where do you think that comes from?
From a chicken dancing around with its head cut off.
Well, cut their head off and they flop. So
Yeah.
the old
My
timers
mom-
have to put a wash tub.
My mom would wring their necks like this, and I was a kid, no wonder I'm warped a little bit, and she'd throw them under a wash tub to keep them from flopping like underneath the house and couldn't get them. She'd wring their necks like this and then throw them in that wash tub, and she'd say, sit on that tub, and it just boom, 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 boom. They were flopping, and when they quit, it's over. Wow.
Speaking of hunting mushrooms, being outdoors,
Yo.
the
yeah.
ticks is terrible this year.
We might as well knock him off, haven't we?
Yeah, go ahead. Work on, Wolf.
I love it.
The ticks is terrible this year. I've already had 9 ticks on me, 3 of them buried. A good friend of mine was over today, got him something to eat, played some rook with the boys, Johnny Arnott. He was talking about getting into turkey mites. And them turkey mites, they call them turkey mites, but all they are is little seed ticks. I've read up on them. And they are tiny, you can't see them, and they'll absolutely eat you up.
Yeah.
And our good friend, I found out today from somebody, maybe my cousin H.F. Fowler, I can't remember, or our friend Ronnie Montgomery, somebody told me that over at a Avian Deaton store, Creekside, Stitchin and more, they got
watching
a
right now.
spray for turkey mites. They got a spray for turkey mites. So if you guys are going to be out here hunting mushrooms, running your beagles, fishing, anything you're doing that involves going through the weeds, I promise you, the ticks are the worst. I've
never had them.
I
I've never
know a lot
had
of
the turkey mites, but people says it is unbelievable how bad it is.
Yeah.
A lot of the
That they
field
get
guys,
the rash.
they complain about those little ticks.
Yeah, they're.
'Cause they can cause you to go crazy or something, can't they?
Well, I don't know about that.
What's
They
the
do
itching
something
and-
to you.
Well, we wouldn't have
Itching
to
and
go
burning.
further.
I mean,
They can give you some kind of disease, I think.
Well, they can give you Lyme disease. I know that for a fact, but I don't know. I guess humans can get Lyme disease, but I've never seen.
I've had lemon and Lyme disease.
Oh yeah,
lemon lime.
But so if you're going to, guys, listen to me. I'm serious about this now. This ain't no joking matter.
We're at 60.
The white dot ones, Rachel, seem to be the problem. They seem to be the ones that are different. I think they call them a Lone Star tick. I read up on everything.
Looks like it's coming a tornado.
But they're bad. They're real bad. And like I said, stop down at Creekside, Stitchin and more, and get your stuff to keep the ticks off of you.
Kenny, you sit on the tub too? That's no wonder we crazy, man.
You know, get
I'd
you
have to do something to your mind,
keep
little
the ticks
kid.
off of you. Prepare yourself for ticks,
Love you,
because I
brother.
promise you, they're bad.
Are we going to talk about Kentucky basketball?
Kentucky basketball is.
I've not got a call yet.
You ain't got a call yet, Don?
Well, I was approached, but I'm too old now.
No, that's who they're wanting to hire, is a 70-year-old. So you're the right age.
Well,
Can we say? Can somebody? I mean, can somebody say Scott Castle?
Oh, I'd love to see Scott.
Well, yeah, that'd be awesome.
I mean, I think Kentucky has. I'm going to get a big debate about this, but I said it from the get-go. If you get rid of Calipari, and my good friend Don Cecil said this, and I agreed with him. If you get rid of Calipari, then who? And I think that's where you're at.
Oh, yeah, that's always been the question.
I say anybody. That's what I say.
Anybody but Cal. I think Cal, he's brought it. I don't know. He's done something to the program. I think Kentucky's lost a little bit of like it being
Respect.
Kentucky.
That's what I was discussing
lost
with
respect.
Don. That's what I was discussing with Don. The people don't respect us anymore.
They'd rather go to UConn now. Like they think UConn's the big to do.
But and then people get frustrated with these other coaches. But I mean, now let's get serious. Who's going to leave a school, Division I school, win back-to-back national titles to come and rebuild a Kentucky team that ain't been? When's the last time they won? In
For $100 million, $100 million.
They offered him $100 million supposedly. I don't know, but they said $100 million to leave UConn.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's over like
I'm sure it's over like 10 years or
probably,
something.
I'm assuming about 10 million.
But still $100 million guaranteed.
Well, his family won't let him come. I'm not going to get into that because I get haters.
Now, like I said, it's a big debate, guys. But as far as who the coach needs to be, better get somebody. I don't think CM Newton. Oh,
CM Newton.
What's his name?
What do you think, no?
Barnhart.
Barnhart.
I don't think.
Barnhart.
I get CM Newton. Help me out.
I don't know.
CM Newton. Well, let's go with that.
CM Newton.
Well,
a good name.
I don't want to be an idiot. Where'd that come
It's
from?
like,
CM Newton.
yeah.
He was the old athletic director at Kentucky.
Oh,
I was looking for.
okay.
I was looking for Mitch Barnhart. I was looking for Mitch Barnhart.
He's about to lose his job.
Yeah, I'm sure he's on the hot seat there.
It's a gone.
It's been a roller coaster. Let's be honest. Like you had the NCAA tournament. You had Cal go out in the first round again. Everybody thinks he might get fired. He doesn't get fired. Mitch and Cal do this weird interview, and it looks like everything's hunky-dory. And we're like, okay, Cal's going to be around. We might as well deal with it. And, they fed us full of baloney. And then the next day, it's like Cal's talking to Arkansas. And it's like,
but
okay.
I mean, who's going to stay at a school when you're constantly getting bashed by the fan base?
You think it's the fans?
And speaking on that,
he's getting paid.
What happened?
He walked away from $33 million.
Does anybody know out there, or do you know what happened? What was the real story with Mark Stoops? Did Texas A&M say no, or did he say no?
I have no idea.
You remember when that went down? Mark Stoops? Oh yeah, the report was that he was leaving for Texas A&M, and then all of a sudden he wouldn't.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah.
He probably got a raise.
He probably got a raise, like I said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it'd be hard. Coach Cal's getting paid pretty well. He should be able to take a few constructive criticisms, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
He walked away from $33 million. So,
have you ever took a Chew of Skoal?
No, I have. I really have never took a Chew of Skoal.
Have you ever took a Chew of Jawbacker? Don?
Tried it one time, got sick. I seen it work for me, but I was real little, I smoked though when I was about 6 years old.
Never. Well,
I'd roll they had roll 'em backer,
Oh yeah,
Prince
fresh,
Albert and I'd roll them for my uncles and my dad, and man, I could do it just like Reddy rolled.
Oh yeah, Prince Albert and the can.
Later on, it came in handy too in the 70s, 60s.
And you know what's crazy?
And
they're selling them cans now for money that you remember.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're
so I can sneak up. I've got me one rolled up, a big fat, Prince Albert. And I get under the porch. It's kind of high up off the ground. I get all the way back in the house, and I'm squatted down. I'm smoking, and doing good. About 7 years old.
Yeah.
Burr Branch, Kentucky.
7 years old.
Dad's head came underneath, over like underneath.
Rut roll.
He smelled the smoke.
Rut roll
at
raggy.
me like that, like this. Wore me out, and I got thinking, well, how in the world did he know I was under there? and he said the smoke was going up through the cracks of the porch,
I started chewing Hawking. I don't even know if they still sell it, but it was a brand called Hawking. It was a sweet chew. And I started chewing it. I remember chewing it at 8 or 9 years old.
Really?
Then I quit for a long time. I never was a cigarette smoker to amount to anything. Never did like smoking of any kind. And I started back about 2021, I guess. And now, Lord have mercy, I chew.
I know it's hard to get away from it if you play football.
Yeah, well,
the whole football team chews.
Believe it or not, I didn't.
You didn't chew in
not in those days.
Middle school or high school?
No.
Really?
No, sir. Never smoked, never chewed. I actually got in trouble one time. There was some boys in the bathroom, and they was smoking, and I went in there because I actually had to use the bathroom.
Smoking in the boys' room.
Smoking in the boys' room.
You remember the old high school? How it was, you go in there just to use the bathroom, and everybody's smoking, So I go in there, and I'm using the bathroom. Well, somebody says, teacher, they always had a crow, watching for them. And somebody says, teacher, well, I'm just standing there, using the bathroom. Teacher walks in, takes me to the principal's office. Yeah. Tony, you're smoking. I said, sir, I don't smoke. He said, well, you can write down the names of them ones that's in there smoking, or I'm going to Well, to make a long story short, I didn't write the names down.
Yeah. You wasn't no rat.
And I didn't even smoke.
Yeah.
I didn't even smoke. And I smoked some, probably from about, I don't know, 19.
I seen you smoke one yesterday.
Well, like a menthol or something if I got allergies or something. But every once in a while, I'll smoke a cigarette.
I've only smoked if I've been inebriated. Let's put it that way.
Inebriated, not to be confused with abbreviated.
Yeah. Every once in a while, but I smoked there for a few years. But I quit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather chew. Let me put it that way. You want to chew, John?
No, I'm good.
Well,
I'm good. J.B. Minix used to make me sick when I was a kid. He'd have a big chewbacca and it'd run down his face. And
I'd puke tracking bound up both sides.
I would puke every time I'd see him just about.
Yeah.
It just used to grow
that jaw back.
Yeah, he'd run down inside of his mouth,
What do you think that, like, say, on a woman's perspective, would she rather have a man that, if they're going to do one or the other, chew or smoke?
I don't know.
Ladies out there,
chew or smoke?
Would you rather a man chew or smoke cigarettes?
Well, I'm going to tell you what it'd be. They ain't going to want to kiss
ain't a woman,
that jawbacker. Right? Well, I mean, I'm human being.
Well, it's minty, ain't it? Or you can get different flavors. And
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to say I chew a can a day.
Help me out here, ladies.
And I've not had a cavity, and I couldn't tell you when.
Well, would you rather have a woman that smoked or chewed?
Smoked.
Yeah, far.
I'm not going to kiss nobody than either tracking down both sides.
I don't know. I don't know how I would. And listen, now let me go ahead and say
my grandmother chewed on my mommy's side. On the shore side.
I'm an equal opportunity employer, so I'm not knocking these ladies out here that want to chew. But
I've met a few. I ain't met a lot, but I've met a few.
I don't know that I could be attracted to a chewing woman.
I mean, boys, come here, honey. Wait, hold on.
Well, I mean, we're driving down the road.
Let me get this out.
Do you swap with them?
We're driving down. We're driving down the road. We've just had dinner. She's like, "Here, babe, you care to give me a chew?"
Yeah.
I don't know how to take that. I mean, I ain't.
There's some legendary Skoal stories out there. I've got.
My grandmother chewed brown mule, and she cut it off as a little block. And then she chewed Kentucky Twist, a big twist of tobacco. And that was what she did.
Yeah.
She'd spit in the fireplace. Man, you're at the wall.
Guys, do us a big favor. I'm going to ask you, and like I said, I get out and talk to people, and I know people that are John, what's the easiest way for them to contact you? On Facebook?
Facebook by far.
Everybody's got Facebook.
So there is a group, Appalachian Connection group. You can talk to us if you want to talk to us. We got the Facebook page. I mean, you can send me a message on.
Do us a favor. We want to see, and I know, like I said, I got to talk to people. I know hundreds of people out there are watching this after the fact. Send Big John a message and tell him that you're watching the show after the fact. So we
let me know how we're doing and stuff like that. It'd be awesome.
I want to give some money away. Can we got 50? Can we do like $25? I mean,
$25 cash. We'll pick one of our 50 viewers, and we'll do $25 cash tonight. Don's feeling like, The Price is Right. What was the old man's name used to do it? Bob Barker.
Tell them what they won, John.
Yeah.
It's a brand new car.
Brand new car.
Yeah.
I remember JB Minix. That was my great uncle.
Price is Right.
Come on down.
JB Minix was my next door neighbor for many years, and then his sons are. Definitely Isaac and Dwight when I see him too, but I'm still close to Isaac and growed up with him, loved him. JB's good to me. I loved him today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what about what is today? 12th, 11th?
Today is the 11th.
What about the 11th caller?
The 11th caller.
The 11th caller.
We'll tell you when to start.
11th caller, $25 cash picked up at the Farmhouse Diner or mailed if you're out of state. The 11th caller.
The number is?
The number is 606-3...
You're good. I was just turning.
606.
It was echoing.
349-FARM. And you can start now. 11th caller. $25 cash picked up at the Farmhouse Diner. 3276.
3276.
All the people in here made it start echoing like real loud.
3276.
Chords. You mess
349-3276. The 11th caller.
11th caller starting now. Win $25 cash picked up at the Farmhouse Diner or mailed to you via money order if you're an out-of-stater.
Adrian Hall says he's moving to Arkansas. Chris Ward says.
Who's moving to Arkansas?
Adrian Hall said he's so tore up about Coach Cow.
We're going to do nothing but what Leslie tells him to.
That's true.
Let me tell you. I hope you're watching too, Adrian. You know I love you, brother.
My cousin, Leslie.
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian
I'm
Hall.
cousins about everybody in the county. It's unbelievable.
Who, you are kin to everybody? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Guys, we
Montgomery, Minix,
we love doing this. We just want to thank you all so much. We
Yeah.
have a good live audience. Like I said, we got hundreds of people watching us after the fact. You folks that are watching this after the fact, again, if you get a chance, shoot Big John a message on Facebook and let him know you're watching, where you're watching from. Give us some topics. This is all fun. We've eaten dry land fish. We've had soup beans. We've had pickled pig's feet.
We ain't had soup beans yet.
I want some poke salad next week.
We want to have poke salad.
Yeah, we had the soup bean cakes. Yeah, we had soup bean
More
cakes.
than likely, we will be having fresh pay-pond caught catfish.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen, poke salad and catfish.
Why did the chicken cross the road, Cherokee Gibson says?
To get to the other side.
To get to the other side, Don?
What's that?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Hell, I don't know. It's a chicken. They ain't got much sense.
It had the snick rung and it just walked that way.
I've seen chickens do that, and then they'll get over there and it's like they just walk right back.
They wanted to check out what's over there, I guess.
Is it the 11th caller?
11th caller.
All right. This is it right here. I hear it.
Got a winner, I think.
We got a winner.
A winner chicken dinner across the road.
Yeah. Why'd the chicken dinner go across the road?
Okay, what's your name?
Uh-oh. Who is it?
11th caller.
11th caller.
Dorothy Mullins has won $25 cash. Dorothy, if you're local, swing by tomorrow and pick it up. A 20 and a 5 or 5 5s. Dorothy Mullins.
Dorothy Mullins, congratulations.
Congratulations, Dorothy. Thank you.
Where are you from, Dorothy? You from
I think she's
Magoffin?
Half Mountain Country, if I'm right.
Half Mountain? Rolton?
I think so.
Rolton Country?
Half Mountain.
I think that she is from up this way somewhere, I think, but I ain't 100% on it.
Try the hog lights. The hog lungs, my mom loved them. Tracy Plummer, try the hog lights.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've heard a lot
Ham
of
hocks, maybe?
Let's do a
hog
hush
lights?
puppy fry off all in.
Like the lungs.
The lungs.
She's from Bear Branch, as Avian says.
Yeah, the lungs. Dorothy Mullins is from Bear Branch. Dorothy Mullins.
Let's give our sponsors one more shout out before we end the show tonight. We got Tracked Outdoors, GrannyMade Cheesecake, Creekside, Stitchin and Feed, TechHoller.com, Jessica D. Williams Photography, Appalachia TCG, of course, the famous Farmhouse Diner, Parkway Peddlers Mall, Rolton Community Council, and Sloan Chiropractic.
And thanks to Don Montgomery for coming down here and doing this with us.
And making it to 70.
We don't get anything out of it. None of us do. We just enjoy it. Thanks, Don. You're always good to show up, no matter how bad you feel.
Yeah.
And come in here and do this. And thanks to John again
I
for
love
producing
it. Gives
all
me something
this.
to do. I mean,
Yeah, I love it.
I appreciate you boys a lot. I really do.
Well, we appreciate you. We was lost the other night
Love you,
when
Tom.
you weren't here.
Yeah, well, like I said,
John Osden called. Sorry, Tanner. Sorry.
it won't be often, but we'll and we couldn't do this without Don's wisdom and his. He's always
he's
got
big,
something.
boss.
and and on a serious note, Don's done a lot of living. He knows a lot about a lot.
Should
of
do
stuff.
a computer pick sometimes.
I'm a world of useless information.
World of useless information. And thank you, John, for coming down here.
Thank you, Tom, for having us.
Producing us.
The farmhouse
Listen,
to even do it.
You but make me cry.
Don't cry.
Don't cry, Don. We can't handle that
I've got
tonight.
more sensitive since I turned 70. Since Monday, I've got more sensitive.
You need to talk to your doctor and get that taken care of. It's a pill doing that to you.
Well, I've got a therapist,
I'll tell you what. You're holding up pretty good. You look good.
You get around good, Don. Yeah.
You got a pretty good head of hair.
We need to get you
bottles of bat.
We need to get you a fedora or something. Or we need fedoras. You think we can pull off a fedora?
My dad wore one. I'd love to have one.
Where can you get a fedora at? I want a fedora.
You want a fedora?
Yeah.
I want a
We'll get some
fedora.
fedoras.
We need Appalachian Connection fedoras.
Old pictures of my dad and everybody then wore hats instead of caps.
They said,
Yeah, I know.
They said when
Everybody.
President Kennedy came into office, he didn't wear a hat, and that was what stopped the hat era.
I wouldn't doubt it. A bit.
I read that somewhere.
It's big.
I read a lot.
Probably, maybe.
Yeah. I do too. I love
Guys,
history stuff.
thank you again for being here.
Did we have something else on there?
It's time to go, Don.
It's 8:04.
We gotta go.
Guys, check out www.appalachianconnection.com. We're all over the internet.
Alcohol.
Everything's on the website. You can find us everywhere.
Closing time.
You don't have to go home, but you can't
Stay here.
I know who I want.
Closing time.
3 doors down.
Yeah, at least 3 doors
That
down.
ain't 3 doors down, is it?
I'm pretty sure that's 3 doors down.
Yeah,
Really?
at least.
It's 3 doors down. It's a late '90s, early 2000 popular.
Tell us that before we leave.
All right,
What artist was that,
down here,
guys?
Somebody comments and tells us who sung that song "Closing Time."
Yeah.
I don't think it's 3 doors down.
I think if it's not Creed. It's a very similar
not
band to
Creed.
3 Doors Down. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I think 3 doors down sing Kryptonite or something, don't they? Semisonic.
Semisonic. Rachel Sizemore. Semisonic. What year, Rachel? Real quick, and then we'll get off here. I'm curious because I remember that when I was in high school.
Oh, we got even Samson Lovely from Georgetown, Kentucky on here, boys.
Semisonic.
Samson Lovely.
Semisonic.
He works at the old Toyota plant. He makes Toyotas.
Rachel or
Yodas.
Samson, what year was Closing Time? Because I remember that when I was young.
One hit wonder. Yeah, I've never heard a semi song, but I've heard that Closing Time
I
song.
sure thought it was 3 Doors Down.
1998.
Hey, was I on the money or not, huh?
1998.
1998. I was in my prime.
Use it.
I think that's when my daughter Courtney graduated high school.
Yeah. She's had 1 year or 2 years ahead of me. I was in high school. Yeah. That's what I thought. Guys, have a blessed night. God bless
Love
you all.
y'all.
Thank you. Thanks for all of our tuners that tune in after the fact. Thank you for all of our live viewers. Thanks,
Peace,
John.
everybody.
Thanks, Don. We enjoy it. We'll be back next week, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And as always, at the Farmhouse Diner, we'll leave the light on for you.
All the way.
And all the way.